Hello, SC Knife Guy here. Today we're going to be looking at two sweet tools, the Leatherman Wave and the Leatherman Charge Plus, and I'll be letting you guys know my opinion on whether or not it's worth the extra money to get this guy here. These two tools are some of my favorites. We get the Leatherman Wave, and we'll take her out here. And then we have the Leatherman Charge Plus. A really, really cool blade, I must say. Multi-tool. So there's the sheaths for both. The Leatherman Wave comes with kind of a nylon sheath here. And this is the Heritage Edition of the Leatherman Charge Plus, and it comes with the, I guess, original sheath. The Leatherman Charge in itself, this half here is what it came with. It came with some bits, came with a lanyard loop, and it also came with this nice belt clip, or pocket clip. And the Leatherman Wave came with just this. But the price difference is huge. We got the Leatherman Wave here, which is, I bought it for about $80 on sale. The actual price, I believe MSRP is around $124 for this. I believe MSRP for the Charge is around $175 or $174. But this one I got for about $153. Leatherman had a sale going on their website for 20% off, and I took advantage of it and was able to get that at a lower cost. With the two here, with your Wave, they're pretty much identical as far as tools go. With the serrated blade, the Charge actually has something different up its sleeve. They're both 420HC for the serrated blade, but the Charge has a hook at the end of it, which is really nice. I actually prefer that over anything else. You can put it in your vehicle as a seatbelt cutter if you wanted to. You can even use it as a gutting hook if you really needed to, cutting rope, stuff like that. Whereas the Wave is pretty much the same, just doesn't have that extra feature. They're both 420HC. On the outside here, the Wave is stainless steel, whereas with the Charge it's anodized aluminum. We'll close her up here. And flip her around. The knives is where I think the little extra money for the Charge comes in, because with the Wave you have 420HC, which is a pretty good steel. Like for any fishing or any outdoor task, really 420HC will get you, fairly far. It's easy to sharpen. It keeps an edge fairly well, and it's not exactly low budget steel. It's within the mid range of steels. And Leatherman had this sent out super sharp with all their tools. I find they're really sharp. And then with the Leatherman Charge here, you get a 154 cm blade, if you can see there, 154 cm. And this is somewhat classified as a super steel. It keeps an edge super long. The only con that I do find with it is it's a little harder to sharpen. So if you want something that you can rely on and not want, or not have to really sharpen too much, this is a really good blade for that, and that's why I bought it. One huge difference between these two blades is the Leatherman Charge is smooth, super smooth. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing wrong for the price point of the Leatherman Wave here. Its smoothness, you can still open it up nice one hand. It is a little stiff, but over some time, being able to open it up a little better is all to do with wear of the actual knife. You'll be able to wear it down a little bit where you can, open it up nice and easy. Whereas with the Leatherman Charge here, it is super nice right out of the box. And that is partly to do with, if you guys can see there, try to get it in shot here, there's brass bushings between all of the equipment outside of the actual multi-tool there. You can see right there. Whereas with the Wave itself, it's just metal on metal there. So everything opens up super nice. And that does concern me a little bit because there's a little bit of a price to pay for that nice smoothness of the actual blade, because it's going to be hard to tell or show you guys, but there is quite a size difference between the two. The Charge is quite bulky, and as far as the weight goes, because it's aluminum, it does feel a little lighter, but you can definitely, and the stainless steel is pretty heavy on the outside here, but between the two you can definitely tell which is bigger, and that is the Charge. And it doesn't really get in the way of much at all. It's just whether or not you really wanted to carry it in your pocket with that pocket clip versus the Wave there, which would be a little bit more thinner. Now digging into it here, we'll open the pliers. Oh, actually, on the outside you get the saw, also 420HC, and the saw as well. So both of them have the saw. Like I said, pretty much all the tools are identical. 4 tools on the outside of both. You get the file on both of them as well. And then opening them up, there's actually a really big difference between the two here. Now, as you can see, the Leatherman, it has some pretty nice needle nose pliers. It's got some cutters there, which are fairly strong. And then you have the Charge Plus, and you can tell right off the bat it has removable wire cutters here, and that's a huge thing for me, because being able to cut wire and everything else and not have to really worry about whether or not it chips because you can replace it is a massive thing. And you got a little screw here, you can take that out, and the wire cutters are 154 cm as well. So pretty much what it is the exact same steel they use with the blade here. So if you're doing mild to moderate work with your tool, these are going to last you for a very long time, and they're fairly cheap to get the replacements for them. I think they under $20 anyway, I believe. But that is a super sweet feature. Now, having a look at the guts of both of the tools, they are, as I've said, pretty much the same. On this one, it has your can opener and your bit driver there, and same with this, can opener and the bit driver. And on the other side, you'll have your scissors and your eyeglass screwdriver and your flathead there. And same as this one, you got your scissors, your eyeglass screwdriver, and your flathead. So both of those are exactly the same. The one big difference, and we'll swap those around there so we can see which belongs to which, but the one biggest difference that the Wave doesn't have compared to the Charge is the added bit kit. So with that $150, or if you get it on sale, or if you get it for the regular price, $170 for-ish, you'll be getting extra bits, which is handy in itself. It pretty much, you can get the bit extenders, I have them here, for $20 on Amazon, and I pair this up with my Leatherman Wave there, but you can get those for $20 on Amazon. So just being able to get at least even half of that, you know, it's absorbed into the price. So it's pretty nice to have, and you get it with the thing. And then these here are, I believe, $10 on mech.ca, and not sponsored, but about that. And these are really nice to get with your tool as well, instead of having to wait for them. I also have been using this with the Leatherman Wave here, and I think it's awesome. So really, both tools are pretty much the same, other than the 154 CM blade, the hook on the charge, the serrated blade there, and then your detachable wire cutters here. So both of them are pretty much the same. You get these little extras for the $150, but really, if you wanted to, you know, you could purchase the Leatherman Wave and then get these afterwards if you really needed to. And that's what I did with this, but I felt a little spontaneous one day and I ended up buying the charge. But you know, if you're doing moderate work, I would say Leatherman Charge. For the price point, even, you know, you don't really get too much more. This looks nice, obviously. I really dig the whole black and silver. They also have another wave out there that's black and silver, but opposite. So the tools are black and the outside silver. But aside from the point, these are both good tools in themselves. If you're looking for something a little bit more budgetable, the Leatherman Wave will do wonders for you. And they also sell the Leatherman Wave Plus that has the wire cutters in there too. I think around $124. And if you look out for a sale, you probably get it around $90. But between the two, I like them both. There's not really much I can say I don't like about either one of them. The one nice thing about both of these tools here is they're both compatible with the bit extender, and I do highly recommend this for either one of them. If you do pick up one of these guys, it just fits in like so. And because both of these, they come with a smaller size bit there, or the bit holder, so it's a little harder to get into tighter spaces unless you hold it like this. But with the bit extender, you can get them no problem. And there you are, guys. There's a nice little comparison of the two. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you liked this video and found it handy, like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a little comment below. Have a great day, y'all.